So, hello everyone. So, we'll be starting in a minute or two. But before that, I make sure that I share these meeting docs with you all. Also, we just are live now on YouTube. So, and yeah, make sure you write your name in the attendees list, just like Anuj, myself, and Matthew. All right. So, I think we are good to kick off. All right, so introducing this meeting, this is Layer 5's websites meeting that is held every Monday weekly. So we discuss about all the websites that are in the community that you all can find in this meeting net itself. So make sure you do have access to the meeting minutes. I'll be sharing this link once again in chat for those who just joined. And yeah, we cover everything on sites, front end, UI UX, and any other proposal that you may have. So if you are working on any item, you need help, or you want to share your updates, you can mention those items in this docs itself once again in the respective section. So once again, you will have to come to this docs that you all can see on your screen right now. And yeah, make sure you also write your name in that attendees list. All right, so let's follow our tradition, and that is everyone who is joining us for the very first time on this call, they can introduce themselves. So I think Mithul is it the first time that you're joining Sites call? If yes, do you mind giving your intro? In case you're
Hi,
speaking, you're
myself
still on mute.
Metal. This is not actually first time. I have joined like 2 months before, but that time I was busy for my placements, so I did not continue. Now I have time, so I'm trying to continue it.
Wonderful, Mithul. So do you mind sharing where are you calling from, and like which technology you use
Yeah,
daily in
so I
your
have
projects or?
completed my BTech from computer science engineering, and my university was RCPB.
Yeah, wonderful. So have you been working with React and JavaScript and related frameworks
Yeah,
or
I have a
is it
good understanding of JavaScript, though I have not worked a lot with React, but I'm learning React right now.
great? So we have covered call for volunteers across various websites that you can take a look if you want to work on it.
Yeah,
Once
sure.
again, thank you for introducing and joining the call, Mithul. It's good to have you back. Next, Nandika, like, is it the first time that you're joining Sites call? If yes, do you mind giving your intro? I see you also have an item to share today.
Yeah, sure. So I am Nandika Agrawal and I am pursuing Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science from NIT Allahabad. And this is my final year of college, and I have worked with various tech stacks, basically in web development using Python and React. So yeah, this is about me.
Thank you for your intro, Nandika. So we'll be sure to cover your item too when we get there. So thank you for joining the call.
Thank you.
I'm also looking at the participant list, and I think Devashish is the last newcomer on the call today. So do you mind going next and giving your intro, Devashish?
Yeah, sure. Hello, everyone. I'm Devashish Palke, and I recently completed my BE in from Electronics and Telecommunication, and I have interest in Kubernetes. I have good knowledge of Kubernetes, and I'm currently learning Golang at the same time. I'm familiar with cloud technologies and want to contribute more to open source. This is my first time joining a certain community and exploring open source.
Yeah, great, Devashish. So yeah, I'm hopeful that you would get some items to work on this meeting as we have a couple of call volunteers today. So once again, thank you for joining. So looks like that is all for newcomers on the call today. If you are a newcomer and you are still to introduce yourself, make sure you do that in chat. So, and also you would find this docs link in the chat box itself. You also can write your, any of the items that you want to share today in this docs, also your name. So you can see a couple of folks writing their names. So you also can do that. All right, so it looks like now is the time for us to start discussing about various topics that we have. And the first site that we will cover is this, that is layer5.io. And I'll be taking this link and I will be sharing so that you can take a look. There you go in chat. So the first item is on input search dark mode by Anuj, and I think Anuj is on the call. So Anuj, do you mind going next
Yes,
and
sir.
giving your update?
Yeah, sure. Is my screen visible?
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so this was the issue that I was assigned to change this search bar into more dark friendly. So this is the search bar that I had to change. This is the search bar that I done. Uh, make it more dark friendly theme. In three, so the acceptance tests were in integration page, home page, and blog page. So this is the integration page. Then this is the main home page, and this is the blog page that I've changed. That was all.
Do you mind sharing where is it in the live site right now that we have dark mode friendly input box?
Yes, yes. This is the live site right now, layer 5 right now, and
Yeah, so
this is my change that I've done the change. This is the one.
perfect. So I was asking, is there any input in the site that we currently have? Is there anywhere that the input is dark mode friendly? I think it's on
Uh,
news. So if you
yes,
navigate
it's
to
on. Yes, yes, yes. This is the one that is in the news. I try to make it look like more similar. Like this is my one in the blog, and this is the official one in the news.
Right. So I took a look at the changes that you have done. So for the
Yes.
folks like in the site, this is the news. This is news space where we have this input box and it is dark mode friendly, but that's not the case on blog. So if you navigate to the blogs page in the current site, Anuj,
Just a second. This
yeah.
is
So
the
as
one
you can
right now.
see, this is and also the integration search inputs that we have on homepage and integration pages. They are also not dark mode friendly. So the ask was to make it one. So if you now go back to your changes that you have done, Anuj.
These are the ones that I've changed.
Yep. So, this looks good, but I was talking about the changes that you have done in GitHub. If you once navigate to the code changes
Yes, yes.
in your pull request, yeah.
This is my full request. So
If you,
this is the
if you,
this is the file for uh,
yeah.
CSS
So,
changes.
um, mhm. So
And
you
this is the file
directly,
for text changes, because by changing the text color in this file, the the text color was same in dark and light theme. So I had to add this one line more to change the color on changing the dark theme and light theme.
so thank you. Like this works, but the guideline says that we should not be directly changing whatever we have defined already, the hex codes that we have defined in the theme. So we should not be, replacing that. So we have a, nice contributing guide onto this subject. If you once navigate to the meeting notes for me,
Uh,
I have linked
um,
a contributing guide next to your themes. If you click on that, so it specifies how you are supposed to do changes if you are to change, if you are to make any theme based contributions. It also specifies that you are not to directly overwrite any of the hex codes that we have there. So for you, like how you can achieve the same without overwriting the hex code, without overwriting the hex codes that we have defined in theme style.js, is by simply copying the style that is there in news. You just can replicate that to other inputs that we have on blog page and also on home page. So I have shared a link in chat box. You can take a look at that, how it's implemented. So all these search box, they use this a layout that is like reusable, and you simply can use take the style from news one and can replicate to the other places where we have that search box. So the link to that would be in chat. If you want to go
This
there,
one.
yeah, you can come to Zoom chat box. Yeah, so I think it should take you. Yeah, so
Okay.
doing something similar on other places, I think it should work. You can try doing this.
Okay. Got it.
Also, since we are on this, I'll ask for others' feedback. So Sudhanshu, Arjun, Spurs, and anyone on the call would want to give their feedback. You are all up now.
Yeah.
You can
So,
do that.
like Anuj, will you go to the changes in your change, like the preview?
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
This one.
So switch to light mode and type anything. Okay, and now in dark mode. Okay. So you have not recreated anything, right? It's reused. The search bar at least reused, right?
Yes.
Yeah, like rather than it looks good. Yeah, like follow that what Vivek has been.
Again, change to light mode once, please. Okay, yeah. So that search icon on the rightmost. So that's
This one.
yes. In dark mode, that's also like black dark. So yep.
This style has been copied from news section because let me see. Because in the news it was like this dark, so I copied just the same into this.
Okay.
Do
Anything
we have
other?
any? Yeah. Do we have any other feedback for Anuj? We'll wait for 5 to 10 seconds. Yeah, so thank you for these updates, Anuj, and I'm hopeful that you would incorporate the such changes. And if you have any other enhancement in mind, you also can come up with that. So once again, thank you for your updates.
Thank you.
So we'll move on to the next item, and that is from Sudhanshu. And so Sudhanshu, do you mind giving your update?
Okay. That's the thing. Okay, so what I was working on in here is like we have very less number of components when you go to the Sistent project under layer 5. So which is so under Sistent you will see a section called components. So right now you can see only three total number of components as three only, like button, text, input, model, but we are far like we are more than this. So when you come to the one of the our project which is Sistent, so I'll go through that. So under Sistent, when you come to this and go to source and check out the custom directory, so there are all the custom components which we offer to use, right? So for example so basically we are less number of components showing in the site. So I was just adding those components because System is basically if we doesn't only add these components in here and doesn't represent and display the use of the components, so it doesn't have any sense of using the design system. So basically, yeah, they're all the components which is basically like error boundary, transfer list, tooltip, right? There was also I was working on displaying the icons anyhow that the icons we have. So the icons will be of like another drop down here which will show all the icons display. So yeah, like that's the thing we are working on. If you are new to in this layer 5 and wondering what is Sistent, so Sistent is the design system, and design system is basically we dump all our duplicate components which we use across the projects, and we dump in the Sistent. So for example, it could be a custom component, it could be a base, like, and it's already have the theme applied on it, so we don't have to apply any external themes. So what branding do we use at layer 5? It's already applied on those all the custom components. We just to import and use it across the any of the projects. So that's why Sistent is being used, and we are displaying all those components and what about Sistent is in the layer 5 project Sistent. So yeah, that's the update. If any questions or so it's an incomplete PR right now. I'll update. I'm just doing changes.
So Sudhanshu, I think this would also work as a call for collaboration or call for volunteers where others can also try adding other components. Is it so?
Yeah, there are already some issues opened with Sistent level. So if someone want to work on that, or if it's not being opened, you can go to the Sistent repo and find that which component you can just add and display it here. But we have to make sure that we doesn't have mock-up pages for these components. For example, we have mock-up pages. We were having button and text input. So if we go to the button, we were having like, yeah, this data need to be showed like this text. But for the other components, we doesn't have a mock-up for this pages. So we have to be ensure that with our wordings, with our explanation while adding those components, and it should be strict to the components you are using. So there are three tabs we use right now. For example, if I go to the button, so there is an overview. This overview section will include all the basic information, what is a button and what types of button do we use, right? And what is branding. So if you want to now guide any user that how you can use, so there is a primary button, secondary button. Now the third tab is a code. So to just show the code, like how they can import the button. So that's why you can go to the system project. There are already some issues in the layer 5 already itself only. So, and if you doesn't see any issues particularly, so you can go to the customs directory and see which component could be added, and you can just create a issue first, then create a PR. So yeah, that's why, and be very particular with the explanation while adding those components here, because we doesn't have a mockup right now. So yeah.
Yeah, so that was a great explanation. So for those who are interested, I have linked down the system repository in chat. You can take a look at that. And so, yep, sound off if you want to work on Sistent. Is there anything else from you, Sudhanshu?
No, actually, if I see is the volunteer issues, okay, no. So there are also like a few performance. I think few issues are already assigned of performance, but I'll also go again if anybody want to work on the performance issue of layer 5. So if any contributor comes in layer 5, it's also a type of research also first. So if you are a new, because if you are a new user or a new contributor, it's always a fresh eye for those contributors. So if you come to the layer 5 side, go towards each page and see that like which section seems like uh, loading very slowly, right? The images are not being loaded at the first reload. So it's a very good opportunity to find those areas and improve those sections. So one of the best way to find that is you have heard of Google Analytics, right? Google Analytics or Google Search Console. So when you go to this of the pages, for example, if you go to Google Search Console, you will see a section called, when you pass this layer 5 site URL, so you'll see the page vitals, right? The performance issues where the particular issue is being there, like which is the core issue or error is coming, and which is being like the loading of images is very slow. So the performance becomes eventually very slow. So this is a good area or opportunity we need to find out, because we are also working on updating the Gatsby version in this layer 5 site. So eventually, if we update the version of Gatsby, we also need to very ensure that images, the high like the data resources are also reloads and displays whenever the page loads, right? And it's not be loaded at the initial stage. So it just takes the time to load. So this is a good opportunity to find which areas are being performance issues, whereas which area of layer 5 has CLS issue. So if you go to the Google and search about CLS, it is a cumulative layout shift. So this is also a performance terminology. So yeah, like there are a bunch of opportunities. If you don't see any issues open there, so it's I'm saying that you can go and create your issues yourself, where you see, because you are a new user or contributor, you have a fresh eyes, you see that this is a performance issue which can be improved further. So you can create issue and ask for being assigned. So that's just- I hope you guys have understood.
Thank you, Sudhanshu. So, do we have any takers here, like who would want to volunteer? So, if you want to, you know who to reach out, and you also can take a look at the open issue. So, they are already open on layer 5 tutorial repository. So, once again, thank you for describing this part again, Sudhanshu. Next up, we have this item from Victoria. So I'll take a look if we have Victoria on call. Yep, we do. So Victoria, do you mind going on over your updates?
Okay. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
Okay, so I worked on, let me share my screen.
Are you about to share your screen, Victoria?
Yeah. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yep, we can.
Hello? Hello, can you see my screen? Sorry.
Yep, we can, but your voice is breaking a bit, I guess. So I would like to Aspars or Sudhanshu to confirm if it's the case.
Yes, it's breaking a bit.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah, we can hear. Yeah, please go ahead. We'll give it a try.
Okay, so I worked on implementing lazy loading on all images and heavy resources that were not loaded lazily. I only implemented lazy loading on the images that were not above the fold, like the images on the hero section, like the first image you see when you load a page. I left those ones because they need to be loaded immediately, but then the images further down the page were loaded lazily. So this is my pull request where I explained the changes I made, and then these are before and after videos that demonstrate.
Sorry to interrupt, Victoria, but your voice, we cannot hear you. So you did great. You did great explaining, attaching the video and explaining the after and before. So that's really wonderful. I've also linked your PR in the chat. And once if you go to the changes that you have done.
Yes.
You can go to files change.
Oh, files change, okay. Taking a while to load. Yes, I just used the basic attribute for lazy loading, not to change too much. But then my only concern is if I'm sorry, can you hear me?
Yep, we can. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Okay. So like for large images on the page, if I use these attributes and they take a while to load, so things will move around and shift. So then I asked in my pull request if I should use placeholder because some images are SVGs and they are not Gatsby components,
Hey,
so I did not know what to
Victoria.
do. And I put a comment. Hello?
Yeah, you're audible. So I've seen your PR. One thing I'd like to offer you that, yeah, like you have done a good number of changes, but one thing to ensure that like you have done like approx 100 plus file changes. So since it will be like it's a good way that we are adding loosey loading everywhere. But one thing I would suggest you that you should break these PRs into like few PRs, because applying changes approx like 200 100 plus files, it will take time to review and see each and every page that what is the performance changes has like progress.
Yeah.
So I would suggest that you should break like pages by pages. So like apply to the particular page and see that what performance issue has been improved, like how much time the page taking time to load with all the images. So instead of applying all the this 370 plus file change like 370 plus code changes and 100 plus file changes, you should apply by pages, and you should not add a
Okay.
fixed PR fixed by. So you can reference the issue number, so it will not close the issue. You can just reference the issue, so you can create PRs
Okay.
iterative way. So it will also be easy to review the by the maintainers that like how issue has been improved, and it will get eventually merged faster than this particular PM. So that's the thing you can.
Okay. I'll do that.
And also like where images are, larger in size, and if by any chance we can reduce the size, we should do that. Also, if converting them to WebP is helpful, we would also want to try that route. So
I should
thank you for,
convert the images to WebP.
yep, so that would be helpful.
Okay. Like some SVGs I saw, I can convert them.
Thank you, Victoria, for your
Okay,
updates.
thank you. I'm done.
And by the way, if someone wants to take a look at changes that Victoria has done, so I have linked the PR in chat. All right, so then we come to this call for volunteers, and this is something that you could pick up. So I'll take this link and we'll share in chat. And since the PR issue author is Aspers, who is also on the call, I would ask if Aspers can make this call to volunteers.
Yes, I'm sharing my screen. So in this issue, we have to do two things. First, we have the blog post, and in that we have to add uh, two friend matter item for interview and interviewer, and also we have to use pseudo classes so that the interview responses are wrapped into a like quotes. Like I can show you if like we have interview, so we want to wrap it into a quotes, these responses, and it should be done by automatically wrapping using pseudo classes and all are these things are well defined into the issue. So anyone interested in it can go and take a look.
Yeah, so in Gatsby, the way you use front matter, it varies. You can use them for varied number of applications. And so this is just for internal use. So you don't need to show it anywhere about, interview and interviewer. It would just be there in all the blog posts that are styled in this way, that have interviewers, which basically is an interview. So there only it will be used, and what we want is for interviewee's response that would be and wrapped under these quotes. So yep, take a look if you would like to work on it. And you could also take a look at similar examples in the code base that already exists. So you would also get some inspiration from there. So link to this issue is in chat. If you want to have any other clarifications, you can continue in the GitHub comments. So let's wait for 10 seconds if we have any takers for this one. You can sound off and can signal right now, or you also can sound off in the GitHub comments. All right, so we'll go to the next item. And this is about adding a blog post for one of the maintainers. So I'll just quickly open the issue and share this link. Harman, do you mind making this call volunteers?
Yes, sure. So hello everyone. We have a series called Meet the Maintainers here at Layer 5, where we interview all of our website's maintainers about their experience with Meshery. So here we have an open issue where we need to write a blog post about Hussaina Begum. The content that you might need for writing the blog post is present here in this document. So you can refer the content from here. Also, I've attached a sample blog post. So you can refer to this blog post on how you can proceed with Hussaina's blog post. So yes, this is a good first issue. If anyone wants to volunteer, you can sound off right now in the meeting, or you can even sound off in the GitHub comments.
All right, and like this is one of those issues where you just need to copy all the content from that documentation and put it into one of the files. So you will have to find out in which directory you would want to paste that file, and that is all. And if you need any help, we will be there to help you out. So yeah, if you want to work on it, you can sound off in GitHub comments. The link to this item would be in chat. I think it's already there. Yeah, it's already in chat. So thank you, Arvind, for making this call to volunteers. Now we come on to the next site, that is Meshery.io. So I'll also be sharing this link in chat so that you can take a look at the site. And we just have one item on this, and that is about this malformatted YAML errors. So if you have by chance spin up this site, so you get some error which doesn't kill the server, but yep, it shows up. So how we can hide that, and if you want to, if you want to toss a fix on this, once again the description is already there. So I'll also be taking this link and will be sharing in chat. And it's also possible that it's already fixed. So we will once again need a volunteer who can test out whether or not these errors come up when you are spinning up this Meshery.io server. So anyone wants to volunteer for this?
How did this error came? Like, any idea, Vic?
Yeah, so basically, the way YAML works is like when you have various sentences, and they are they are in part, and they are separated by more Newland characters than it is than it is syntactically correct in YAML. So then these error comes up, like Jekyll cannot read them, and so that's why they come up. So the fix would be to do it. One of the there's one file there. You can go ahead and wrap them all in under quotes, or we should make sure that Newland characters that would be there, they are enough to be under the boundary of YAML, the syntactical way of it.
Okay, like it seems like a important issue to fix. Like, if there's someone doesn't takes by today, like away, like Vivek, would you like to just go and fix this, because I think it's been from a month pending.
Yeah. So it's a warning. So yeah, but still it's an issue. So I see Matthew trying to, I mean, Matthew volunteering up for it. So Matthew, like, if you need any more context, let us know. So basically, the way these patterns are generated is located here in Meshery. If you go to assets, and under assets, this is artifact hub package where this is package.co. Basically, it generates all the files that we see under collections and then catalog. And those errors are coming for one or more of the files from these directories, one of the files that we have there.
So there is no issue, right? Currently in client side, so there is no issue, right?
No,
The
no.
client
So
side is okay.
yeah, we would need to fix it there. So I'll go ahead and assign this issue to Matthew. So if he has any question, we can follow up there. So I'll just simply navigate to the issue, and here is Matthew. So thank you for taking this up. All right, so then we come to the next site, that is documentation site for Meshery. So I'll also taking this link and we'll be sharing in chat. And the first item is from Nandika, who is also on the call. So Nandika, do you mind going next and giving your updates?
Yeah,
You can share your
sure.
screen and take us through.
So, So yeah, this was the issue that I was working on, where there were some missing fields in the navbar, and also had to fix the consistency of certain subtitles in the navbar with respect to their ordering and sequence in the navbar in which they are appearing in the actual page. So for that, I raised this PR. Where in the navigation bar itself, I added the fields and also corrected the sequence. So now the site looks like this. So, yeah, so one thing that fixed was configuring Kubernetes structure. Now the like the ordering in the navbar is same as the one mentioned in the site, and also the additional links which were missing are added here. And also for also they are clickable and direct to the right side. And apart from that, I also fixed the same for performance management and using Meshery CLI guides.
So were these links broken, or were they not showing up in the left-hand side bar?
Like initially they were in a different ordering, and some of the links were not being shown up. Like I don't remember the exact ones, but I think using Meshery CLI and one more were missing in this, and in Kubernetes infrastructure as well, two of the links were missing.
Yeah, so you took inspiration from the search state pages that we have on the bottom of each page, and then you added these, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So this is just for context for everybody. So the way the left-hand sidebar is generated is using a data file, which is toc.yaml, where we manually list down what will be, how the relationship would go. So which are parent, and then what would be the child, and then grandchildren. So that way it is listed. And so yeah, since it's done manually, it's possible that we miss out on some of the links. So this is a great update coming from you, Nandika.
Like, yes, I made the updates in that toc.yml file itself. And
So that's wonderful. Apart from updating the sidebar, what did you mention? You did the changes, so fixing the links, right?
okay, these are the changes that I made. Like, this was the issue. This is what the issue was about.
So thank you for your updates. I'll wait for anyone other else feedback on this. If you also share this PR's link in chat.
Yeah, sure.
All right, so thank you for your updates, Nandika. And yep, if you want to take a look at the changes that Nandika has done, you can go to the link that is in comment. And then I have some items that I want to share today. That is on docs. And one of them is having designs that are specific to the technology that you are currently seeing. So let's head on to documentation. And here we have integrations. So there are a number of integrations or technology that Mesh integrates with. So they all have their dedicated pages where we show components and some specific info about them. So you can see we have these many integrations and the list goes on. So and also like there's this cloud-native catalog that you can take a look at. So if I go to Meshery/catalog, you will be able to filter out the technology, the designs that we have here using by technology. So if you want to take a look at which are the designs that contain Argo City, you simply can click on it and you will find it. So if we want to show that here, so let's look for Argo City. So Argo City applications. Currently, we are not showing designs that use Argo City on these integrations pages, but that would be ideal to do it. And this is something that is already supported in other site. So it's a technical site, and that's why to do that, I was trying out various ways, and this is one of them. So this is once again a draft PR. So if you would like to take a look, you can do that. I'll be linking it down in the chat. And which basically uses the data file and also some templating about how it would be shown. And also I was initially querying other endpoint in cloud, but we will be taking another route, and that is we'll be writing all these integrations and technology data into this repository under docs, and from there we can efficiently query and can display. So once again, the link to this would be in chat, and I would also be updating it. So if you want to have any update on it, you can come onto this and can comment or can suggest any changes that you want to. Next change is also about these specific integration pages only. So currently these all, so since we already have data about all these integrations and we use a central layout which automatically generates all of them when the server boots. But for us to have the capability of adding them, displaying a custom info about them. So let's say you are maintainer of this project that is as your Active Directory, and you want us to have some custom info about this particular integration. Currently there's no way to do that, but this PR attempts to do that. So once again, we are using JKL specific features to use that. So we'll be maintaining the files in our data file, and then we'll be referencing that to every integrations layout. And once again, we're sharing this link in chat. If you want to take a look, you can. So I'll wait. If anyone of you have any question or any feedback, so we'll wait for 5 to 10 seconds. All right, so then there are some, again, call for volunteers that if you want to take a look, you can take up. And the first one is about publishing documentation page in one of the sections. So this is once again a first time item. I'll be linking it down. From there, you have to take the content is already mentioned in the description. So let's see if there's any takers for this. We'll wait for once again 5 to 10 seconds. So you also can sound off later in the comments. And this is once again a pretty good straightforward and good first item. And that is about organizing screenshots that is specific to a tutorial into its own directory adjacent to the tutorial where it is located. So once again, the contributor has done a fantastic job of describing the ask. So I'll be linking this issue in chat. And if you want to work on it, we'll have to sound off right now on the meeting. Or later you can do that in the comment. So once again, the link is in chat. And by the way, if ever you run into any issues about how you can set these projects locally and how you have to make changes, we have a dedicated discussion forum for that. So you will need to head on to our community forum. I'll also be sharing this link in chat. And you can get new topics or can look at, existing solutions to your problem. So you can use this search bar. All right, and looks like the last item for today would be once again a call to volunteers. And that is on layer 5 docs, which is a Hugo site. So I'll be once again sharing this link in chat. If you wanted to work on it, you can give it a look. And this is about the way we are displaying embeddings. So let me go to this page. It's in embedding packages on there. See if we're able to find it. Yeah, so currently, if you come onto this page, I'll be linking this in chat. All these components that you see on the page, you can actually move them around. They are not any SVG or image to so as to say. So the similar kind of functionality that is there in Meshery's extension, that is Kanvas. You can try. I mean, you can have a feel of that how it works right here. So you actually can move these around. And so currently that has been updated. The package that is used for that. And since Sudhanshu is also on the call, I'll just simply confirm. So Sudhanshu, the ask is to update these embeddings with the latest packages that we have. So would you want to, describe it a little more, or if you want to say anything about the latest update that we have on that package? Yeah, but basically ask is that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so I said that basically ask is that only is to update these embeddings with the latest package that we have.
Yeah, so we have the latest package of 4. So I think currently, if you go just scroll scroll more. So there is this Meshery embedding. Yeah. So yeah, like just for a context, we do have a latest one package. So it should not be very large number of changes because we doesn't have any changes in the embedding package. We just have to change the package number to the latest one, which is I guess version 4, 0.4 something. But yeah, like it's would be same in the code structure. Just the package version should be changed. And yeah, nothing more. It's also
Thank you,
supporting
Sudhanshu.
React 18. So in any case, this site should not break. We have to ensure also that.
And by the way, if you're not aware of where this tool resides, so let me tell you that it's a hands-on tool that you can use to try out or learn various cognitive concepts, or even if you want to design, deploy, and operate your infrastructure. So for that, the link I would be sharing that in chat. Yep, so there you go in chat. You can click onto that and it will take you into the flow where you can access the tool. All right, so looks like that is all for today. Let me hear from any of the participants if they want to share any updates of theirs today on the call, or if we missed anyone, you can go ahead and share your update. If not, so we'll wrap the call. Yeah, please go ahead, Yatin.
Oh, hi. So I'm sorry, actually, I joined late today in this call. Actually, I want to ask that I think in the previous call, there were some talks of like transporting this whole code base to Gatsby. Is it like that only, or is it something else?
Are you talking about this one?
No,
Yatin, if you could
actually,
confirm.
I'm not talking about the Canvas one, but in general, like I
All right.
saw.
Yeah, so currently there's a PR. I'll be finding that in chat because I've already shared it. Yep, there it is. So currently this site that is layer5.io and the first site that we discussed in the meeting, it's a Gatsby site, but it is using a Gatsby v4, I suppose. But we want to migrate that to Gatsby v5 just because there are some optimizations around how is the build time, optimized and other things. So this is a effort from Aviral and Aspers and some of the other contributors are consistently trying to do. And there are lots of changes and some breaking changes too. So we are currently also looking for volunteers who can test out these PRs. So one of them is Hargun, who tested out this on Mac OS. But yeah, you also can feel free to come to this pull request. Take this link, that is the preview link. Let me also share that in chat and test it out. You also can go through the changes that Aviral has done from checking out to this PR and can see if there's any enhancement that you could make. So yeah, definitely. I think this is about migrating to Gatsby v5.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Actually, I also want to ask that is the migration almost complete, or like is it in the beginning stages? Because I also want to, give my contribution to that.
So that's excellent. So we had extensive discussion on this one on the last websites meeting. So if you go to our YouTube channel, let me link this in chat. So in fact, like the meeting that we are having right now, it's also being live streamed and you can find its recording on our YouTube channel. Similarly for the last websites call, it's there. And we there had discussed that there's another outstanding ask about updating one of the plugins that Aviral is working on. So once that is done, we would be able to bundle these together, and once we test it out and we are sure, we can go on to merging this. But definitely, as experts would also confirm, there are some changes that there are some bugs that is not desired. So
Yeah,
experts, do you mind quickly?
in mobile view, we are having bugs in some images. First in homepage, and two more bugs like when we.
Ashpas, one
Yeah.
second. You can have you commented these bugs in the same PR or just you have like
No, I have listed them for me, and I'll commenting them out.
yeah in the PR like because if
Yes.
it just dictated like it will be forgotten by everyone. So coming to the Yatin, like have you like set up layer 5 in your local, right?
Yeah, actually, I have used GitHub code spaces. I was having some issues
Okay.
in my Windows machine. I will
Okay.
try it in WSL also, but it's working on GitHub code space.
Okay, so one thing you can go and try is that the PR which Vivek was mentioning, we do have 3 minutes. Okay, yeah. So we're mentioning which was the main PR like Gatsby V5 upgrade. So one thing you can contribute in that area is that go through that PR, check out in your own branch, run and see what issues you are finding. Like as Ashpaz has also done, so it's a good chance you can also do a double eye check. So go and find that and like what was the build time earlier, like without this upgrade, and what is the build time right now, because our main aim is to reduce the build time of this while we build the layer 5 site. So it's the best way to right now, like because Aviral is doing a good job, but like it also require feedback and also help in like checking his work. So one thing you can just contribute is like go and check out that PR, run in your own machine, see that it's how much time it take to first build, and do you find any issues, check out each and every page. Third, you can see that where more can be improved, right? So one thing like you can check is when this PR will be merged, this PR is not enough to be using the best out of Gatsby v5. There are many much like specifications we can use from Gatsby v5 version that will reduce the and improve the performance of the site more. So you can just go through the Gatsby documentation and see what can be more improved. So like you can suggest those changes, create an issue which can be worked further when this particular PR can be merged. And yeah, like right now your contribution could be just help in this regard that how much you can find the issues from this PR, right? And another thing is that moving forward with this PR, there is another PR from one of the contributor we had last time, which is Randy, which is also a PR which is named as Gets MDX plugin upgrade, right? So basically, these two work were done by Randy, which he has left. So we were just like taking off his work and completing. So for moving with that Gatsby V5, we need to move with this PR, which is the Gatsby plugin MDX4 version. So we were using a MDX of Gatsby, which was version 4. Version 3, which now been used version 4, which is compatible with Gatsby V5. So to move with that Gatsby V5, we have to move with this. So Aviral is also working to remove the conflicts from this PR and create a new PR. So second, another thing you could do when you create a PR, you could watch that PR also, run in your machine, see what issues you can find. Does it work or work out, or doesn't work out? So yeah, like this could be an area, and you can also find other opportunities from in this area, that how could be improved more further, right? So yeah, that thing we can do.
Yeah, thank. Anyone was saying something? Am I audible?
Yeah, you are. So I think it was you only. So did it all make sense, Yatin?
Yeah, I got my answers. So I think I am already assigned an issue, and by the end of this call, I will create a PR for that, and then definitely I will look into that, the Gatsby V5 migration PR, and I will suggest like the changes which have been suggested. I will definitely look into that.
Yeah, so awesome. That's great, Yatin.
Thank you.
Also, if you if
Yeah,
you want to take a look, you can look in the previous websites meeting that we had. So there Avril has discussed. Thank you. Thanks a lot for joining, Matthew. See you. All right, folks. So that is it. We are on time for today's call. If you have not already, make sure you mark your attendance in the meeting minutes. Let me quickly share this in chat. And yeah, if you're working on any item this week, make sure you discuss them in the next websites meeting. So we'll meet you in the next Monday call. Till then, bye.
Bye.